We're here to play a few tunes for the online music that and arts that the Irish Cultural Centre is doing at the moment, which is fantastic. Like horses at the stocks, just you couldn't stop us. Couldn't stop us. It's good to play music again. You remember those days?
Oh, fantastic!
Michael's the fiddle teacher, and I'm the bodhran and guitar teacher. And then about two years ago, is it 2 or 3 that we started the sessions?
Probably 3.
Yeah. 3, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to have a session here because there always used to be a session here, but because of the new building and stuff and the disruption that caused, the session sort of died away, and then it seems quite. I think we were just keen to have a tune, weren't we? Really, you know.
Yeah, I mean, since I was introduced to the music scene by Aaron O'Hagan, the pipe player in Slough, I met these guys in London, Tad and Coleman and all of the musicians, Karen Ryan. That was just amazing. I couldn't believe there was so much music in London. I was just stunned.
It doesn't matter where you're from in the world, and it doesn't matter what's running through your blood. The culture behind Ireland is so evocative and so nostalgic and the music is just great crack. Whether it's the jigs and the reels and the Cayley scene, or it's that really the very sort of mournful music, the slow airs and the Shano singing. It captivates people, and it doesn't matter where, and that goes with a big history behind it, which is, it's had its dark times, Ireland, and it just doesn't matter where you're from. There will always be a need to sort of tap into that story, and it is just such a great story. So I think from a basic level of just needing to go to a pub and just stamping your foot to live music, no amps and no electronic equipment or stuff like that. We can do that with this music, but what's great about it is that you can turn up and you can have 2 or 20 musicians playing the same tune with the amount of passion, driving forward this energy.
When I first started coming here, we were talking about raising enough money to open this building. So I think it's been an incredible journey, really, for all of us to get to this point where we've got these beautiful artworks, surrounded by beautiful artwork and incredible music. Yeah. And hopefully one day that will return to the building.
Yeah, it will. I mean, it feels like home when you walk in, all musicians are welcome. We've never once turned anybody away and stuff. We've encouraged people to be quiet on occasions, but that's fine. And we've encouraged people to be loud on occasions. So it's a wonderful place. It's a brilliant building. It's got a fantastic stage, and I think that COVID-19 is definitely not going to stop this place from developing more and more. It's got too many people that love this place to stop growing.
Well, I'm 100% Irish. My mother was from Tralee. My father was from Ballinlough in County Roscommon, and but I was born in Kilburn, as my friend Martin Burns said. I was born, bred and buttered in County Kilburn. That's how my friend Martin Burns, a late fiddle player from Galway, described me one time. He said, "You were born, bred and buttered in Kilburn." When I was about 10, growing up in Kilburn, the house we lived in was, well, it was 2 rooms. We were on the 4th floor of a house. We had 2 rooms. But on a summer's evening, we'd open the window and me and my mother would listen. We'd hear this music on a Saturday evening and we'd say, "Oh, that's lovely music. Where's that coming from?" "I don't know." Well, it was coming from a pub that was about 500 yards away called the Black Lion, a really famous Irish pub in Kilburn, where great musicians were playing in there. And I was hearing that. My dad was able to play a little bit on the mouth organ, and his brother could play the accordion, and my mother's sister could play the accordion. But it was the banjo that I went for when I heard the Dubliners. That fiddle, that whistle, the banjo, and the guitar, and Ronnie Drew's voice. I just thought, it's so lovely, that sound of that music. I'd like to play the banjo. I was trying to sing then, and then I thought, when I heard Banjo Barney, and my idol, Banjo Barney out at McKenna, I thought, that's the thing for me. I want to play the banjo. So that was it. The rest is, as the man said, the rest is hysterical. I mean, the rest is history. I had a friend who lived in Kilburn, who went to school with me actually, and he sold me my first banjo, and when I told him I was really interested in it, he said, "Well, Mick, I'll bring you down to hear some great music in London, not far away. We'll go from Kilburn down to Fulham Broadway," which was like a mecca for Irish music. There was 3 there was 3 pubs. There was one right across the road from the Fulham Broadway tube station, and that was called the White Hart. And in there you had Raymond Rowland, the rest of a wonderful accordion player, and Liam Farrell, a great banjo player from Tyrone. And when I went in there, I thought, "Oh, this is a place for me." So he encouraged me to come along and play with them, and then week by week then I'd be picking up bits of the tunes. It was a wonderful welcome to have, you know. And they became my friends. These people that were like my idols, watching them play. And Barney McKenna, the Dubliners, I got to meet them as well. And they were so friendly and welcoming, and you know, any tune I wanted, Barney would play for me. So it was like he was like my teacher, my own personal teacher, and then my friend as well. My hero was my friend, you know. Legends of Irish music were around London in those days. People like Willie Clancy, Seamus Ennis, Margaret Barry. I did meet Margaret. She played my banjo, and I have a photograph of her playing my banjo, which is really wonderful. I got to know her quite well. Kilburn and Cricklewood were sort of like Little Ireland, you know, Camden Town, these famous places where so many Irish people came that you just they probably hardly heard any but other accent except other Irish accents, you know. I played in the Galtimore Ceilidh band for 10 or more years, and then when it sort of started to get, the crowds were getting less Irish people coming, less young Irish coming over. Then taste change, and so the scene sort of changed there really, and a lot of those places, a lot of those Irish dance halls, the Galtimore, the Hibernian, the Gresham, the Forum as an Irish dance hall, so many of them are gone, you know, and they were wonderful places, I must admit, really. So many Irish people met up and were husbands met wives, whatever. There's always sessions that remained in different places. Some die off, come back, or move to different areas, you know. But Hammersmith, I think, has always kept very close. A lot of Irish and Irish descent in this area. A lot of people coming from different, quite far and near, you know, to.
Can I just say
yes.
that if it wasn't for this man, I wouldn't be playing Irish music today. Because it was his session that I gate crashed and relentlessly asked for Mick Bailey to be singing Fields of Athenry, Cavan Girl,
Yes.
Wild Rover.
I've never forgiven you for that.
No, you haven't.
Well, it's lovely to be back. Hello, everybody, in digital land. It's lovely to be back here, and thank you all for looking in. It's nice for me to be able to be here with my friends Tad Sargent and Michael Sweeney, but thank you all for looking in, and you're all very welcome back here to the Irish Cultural Centre. It's nice to be back after the lockdown to be able to play a bit of music. And we thought we'd play some tunes. We'd start off with a few little reels, and we'd love it if you might join in with us as well, out there if you'd like to. We start off with a few little reels, The Wise Maid, Cooley's Reel, and Over the Moor to Maggie. We hope you like them, and see how we get on.
Ready?
Lovely.
1, 2, 3, 4. like the old days, lads.
Just like the old days.
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. It's good to be back. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Strange to have nobody in here.
Yeah. It's disturbingly familiar to some of our gigs before COVID. It's like hello, four walls and a ceiling.
What was it that somebody once said? The actor came out onto the stage to the empty auditorium and he bowed to the roar of the silence.
Yeah, very good.
Who was it said that? Oh, you did.
Mick O Connor.
I did about 20 seconds ago. Oh, yeah, sorry. Somebody, probably famous.
I think we should probably do a very quick shout out to all of our big followers and friends
Yes.
who come down to the session
On the Friday.
every Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Friday.
And we just this is especially for them.
This is
It's
special.
for anybody, but it's especially for them because that we miss our Friday session at the Irish Cultural Centre.
All our lovely friends.
And yeah,
I wish I could think of more of them. But anyway, you're all very welcome. And I
All
hope
of
you're
the
all...
singers. There's a lot of singers that come in
Exactly.
as well.
Yes. So we look forward to seeing. We look forward to seeing you all. We hope very soon.
Very soon, yeah,
which would
yeah,
be lovely
yeah.
to see you in person.
Yeah.
Which would be lovely.
100%. And all of the fiddle students who come along as well.
yeah, Jan, yeah. No, we have such a good crowd of people that come down, and we're looking forward to hearing some of those sets of tunes that we know so well, and the songs from some of them. David Kelly,
Oh, yes,
some great songs there. It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a little while. Ted, are you in the mood for a song?
Should never ask a singer if they're in a mood for a song. It's oh yeah. I'll do P stands for Paddy.
Lovely.
And if any of you are at home fancy playing along with this one, it's in B minor. And because you're at home, you can do what the hell you like with it. But you two have to behave yourselves. That's the key, because I can hear you two. But
That's a
we'll give
drawback,
it.
isn't it?
Where's the fun in that? We'll give it a whirl now anyway.
Okay.
As I roved out one May morning to take a pleasant walk, sat myself down by an old stone wall to hear two lovers talk, to hear what they might say, my dear, to hear what they might say, that I might know some more about love before I go away. P stands for Paddy, I suppose. J's for my love, John. W stands for False Willie, oh, Johnny, he's the fairest man. Johnny, he's the fairest man, she said. Now, Johnny, he's the fairest man. For I don't care what anyone says. Johnny, he's the fairest man. Sit you down beside me, he said, gather on this green, for it's been 3/4 of a year or more since together we have been. Will not sit down beside you, she said, now no other time, but here you have another girl and your heart's no longer mine. Your heart's no longer mine, my dear, no, your heart's no longer mine. For I hear you have another girl and your heart's no longer mine. P stands for Paddy, I suppose. J's for my love, John. W stands for False Willie, oh, Johnny, he's the fairest man. Johnny, he's the fairest man, she said. Now, Johnny, he's the fairest man. For I don't care what anyone says. Johnny, he's the fairest man. Take it away. tall trees, rob the wild bird's nest. When I come down, I'll show love to the girl that I love best. To the girl that I love best, my dear, to the girl I love best. When I come down, I'll show love to the girl that I love best. P stands for Paddy, I suppose. J's for my love, John. W stands for Frost Willie. Oh, Johnny, he's the fairest man. Johnny, he's the fairest man, she said. Johnny, he's the fairest man. For I don't care what anyone says. Johnny, he's the fairest man. P stands for Paddy, I suppose. J's for my love, John. W stands for Frost Willie. Oh, Johnny, he's the fairest man. Johnny, he's the fairest man, she said. Now, Johnny, he's the fairest man. For I don't care what anyone says. Johnny, he's the fairest man. Now, P stands for Paddy, I suppose. J's for my love, John. For now I know some more about love before I carry on. Apart from the rehearsal earlier on, lads, which was glorious, by the way, because it's the first time I had to play music. Honestly, because my parents love them to bits, but they can't play a note. But it's the first time I've hardly had any chance to play music. And when we arrived, because of course it was me and Michael that arrived first, because Mick, you were running a wee bit late.
Well, that was the earliest I was ever late.
But it wasn't it nice to play, and isn't it lovely to play music live and stuff? Because the Zoom doesn't work so well for playing at the same time.
At the same time, yes, that's right.
Correct.
I think it's so important as well, Mick. Sorry, that to do play at home as well.
Oh,
Don't just give up now. Keep going at what you're doing at home. It's so important. And I picked up the fiddle yesterday, just to go through a couple of sets that we might do today, and I enjoyed it so much. I just kept playing, and by the time I'd finished, I looked at my watch, and about 3 hours had gone by.
I need to take a leaf out of your book, Michael, because I find it so tough to keep playing music when you haven't got your friends and you're playing live and stuff. So fair play to you for keeping on going, because it's true, you got to do it. But
it was such a nice experience for me just to sit down and play by myself for that time, because I rarely do that, rarely ever do that. So if you can do it, if you can find the time, just make a little bit of time for yourself and go to it, or play along with us.
Yeah. You've got we've no excuse now. We can play along with us.
Exactly.
That's going to be tough, isn't it?
That's going to be very tough. I had hoped to tell a joke here this evening, but unfortunately, Tad said to me that Mickey said your jokes are enough to give an aspirin a headache. He's a lovely man, Tad. Ish. No, he's a lovely man. I since lockdown, of course, eventually I got to the barber's and I had my hair cut. I don't know if you noticed. I had a bit off the shoulder, But it reminds me of the story of the man that went into the barber's shop in Dublin. And first time he'd ever been at this particular barber shop, the barber said, "What would you like, sir, today?" Well, he said, I don't really know. There's a lot of photographs on the walls here of different people. Well, would you like one of them, sir? Something style like that. What about that hairstyle up there? Who's that? That's George Clooney. Well, I like his hairstyle. You like a George Clooney, would you? George Clooney, yeah. I'd like that. Okay, sit back, sir. So he sits back and he relaxes, and the man starts cutting his hair. And of course, the guy, he nods off, he goes to sleep. And eventually, excuse me, sir. Oh, sorry, I nodded off there. Yeah, you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, thanks very much indeed, yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Is that okay, sir? Oh, God, he said, well, what have you done to me here? He said, well, that's George Clooney. He said, George Clooney doesn't have his hair cut like this. He says he does if he comes in here, sir. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I went to that barber, as you can see. And will anybody who witnessed the accident please contact Hammersmith Police Station.
Mick, you've had 4 months of lockdown.
Yeah,
there must be loads more jokes. Michael's away practicing music. You're just there with the joke book.
I honestly want to see this Irish traditional music session joke book.
Yeah. Oh. Should we do?
Yes.
We'll do is it the Kilfenora?
Oh, the Kilfenora, the lovely long jig with 6 parts.
Could I just do a shout out to all of my advanced students for this tune, as they've just recently learned that tune.
Fair play, Michael.
So that's Ali, Pauline, Michiko, Jacob, Alice, and Maria.
Oh, well remembered. Good man, that's nice.
Fair play.
So the Kilfenora jig with about 6 parts or something like that?
6 parts, something like that.
Some of them I know.
I'll play the barrel on this one. Just keep going.
Lovely. So we hope you'll play along with us on this, the Kilfenora jig.
Lovely.
You couldn't beat it.
Could you give us a bar there?
Lovely.
Go on, Nick. You start this. You start it.
After 4. Oh, lovely. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lovely.
Thank you. The good old Kilfenora jig. The first time I heard that was on a record by lovely vinyl LP with Paddy Canny, PJ Hayes, father of Martin Hayes, Padro Lachlan, and was it Bridie Lafferty on the piano? It was a lovely record. Well, when I heard it at first, I thought, what is that? It's so beautiful music. One side was 2 fiddles and the piano, and the other was the fiddle and the piano, and the fiddle and flute and piano. Lovely record. Lovely.
Kilfenora Cayley Band have been around for a while, have they, Mick?
Which one?
The Kilfenora Cayley Band.
Oh, I think they're one of the oldest. I think. I can't remember my history. Kilfenora, Tulla, Ockram Slopes. Yeah, they're up with the first, I think.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I mean, have they been around as long as the Thatch Cayley Band?
Nobody's been around as long
I thought maybe this would be the start of the lockdown Cayley Band. I actually tried. I said to the lads, "Can we wear ties? Can we wear ties, lads? Just dress up smart for it." It deteriorated quite quickly to just shirts, and which is good.
But we're going for a tie meal after.
A tie.
Sorry about that.
You've no idea how much I missed you.
You'll take a better aim next time.
Better. Actually, funny enough, I have actually taken up archery.
Really?
I'm not joking. This is not a joke.
Not
I have actually taken up archery. Well, it's you know, I went out to the country. I was taking my aunt some supplies because she was shielding. Oh, yeah. So drop off the supplies, and then I go to a nearby field, nearby fiddle, and then I did some archery. Yeah, new hobby. It's a great hobby for musicians.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What about the guy that's walking down the road? The guy is walking through a forest, and a guy comes up to him, all dressed in green, with a feather out of his hat, and he points his bow and arrow at this guy, and he said, just a minute, and the guy looks at him and he says, are you Robin Hood? He said, no, I'm robbing you. Hand over your wallet. So, right, okay, good night. Now, this time we're back to...
Oh, we're doing the jig.
3 jigs.
I'm going to play a bit of whistle and then, carefully arranged track.
Beautifully arranged.
For tonight's performance.
For tonight's performance. 3 lovely jigs which we'd love you to join in with. The first is the Mist-Covered Mountain. The Rollicking Boys of Tanderagee. Wow. It's a song and it's also a tune. And there's a little bit of history there, isn't there?
Yes. You were telling me.
If we look at our Tato crisps on the back, it explains that Tanderagee is where they come from. Tanderagee, they're made in that area. Tanderagee Castle and round there.
Yeah. Funny enough, the time it takes us to play this set of tunes is the exact time it takes to eat a packet of Tato crisps.
Tato crisps.
Yeah,
you can't beat them.
No.
They're beautiful. I love them anyway, I really do. So Tato Crisps, that's a plug for them anyway.
You've got to make some money out of being musicians these days, yeah.
Or whatever. So, and then we finish off with the Kool-Aid jig. We go down to Sean O'Reilly country, the late, great Sean O'Reilly, and to where Padder is down there, and the family. So the 3 jigs, the Mist-Covered Mountain, the Tanderagee, the Boys of Tanderagee, and the Kool-Aid jig.
Yeah. Just for any of my backer students out there, what are the keys for these again?
Oh, lovely. Of course, for those of you watching in colour, the first jig is in the key of A minor. The second jig is in the key of E minor, or Eric Morecambe as I call it. And the third one is in the key of A major. Yeah.
And this, and I think this will probably be our last set.
Ever.
Just ever. This is it. So we just want to say to all our students and to all the people that come to the session and anyone that comes to the Irish Cultural Centre, we really look forward to seeing you soon. We miss you all very much, and I think, I can speak for the 3 of us to say a massive thank you to, Jerry, Ros, William, and Harry is our COVID expert. Shay on the filming there, and where's our fellow with the photography again? Rego. Amazing stuff. Fantastic. I mean, guys, thank you so much for everything that you've been doing behind the scenes for the last few months. Just giving everyone hope in this time. I think that's good to say. So this set is dedicated to you guys. There we go.
And thanks so much for inviting us to come along and play for you and for all of our students and everybody that comes to the session as Tad suggested.
That's right.
Trad and roll.
Trad and roll. Lovely. Track and trace. Track and trace. Sorry about that. But seriously, thank you very much, everybody. And thank you all listening.
Let's let them go home, then we'll... Do you want to count it in, Mick?
Yeah, lovely.
Countdown.
Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try yours now, folks. Oh dear me, I've never. That is unbelievable. I've never been.
You know when you've nailed a gig.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wonderful.
I'm just checking here, Mick, to see
Booking
if
my
you
ticket immediately.
got it right.
I was
Well,
right.
It actually says
Read all
here,
about it.
Tato Group Limited, Tato Castle, Tandragee, County Armagh. So you got it right.
I wasn't lying.
It even has a postcode.
You weren't that bag of crisps. Yeah.
Well, that's my dinner sorted out for tonight.
That was amazing. Thank you.